I went down to Nashville, a guitar in the back. I was gonna make it big, make money by the sack.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today is the big one. Today we are getting all of our furniture from home delivered. Eddie's just on the phone call at the moment. I am in charge of saying where everything goes. Thing is, we can't see what's in them, so I'm sort of just guessing at the moment. And knowing me, a lot of the stuff will be going in the wrong places, so I will have to do it all again myself later on. Urban Heck, very interested. Yes, let's get delivered. So the van is, I want to say, halfway unpacked. The guy said it's about 200 items, so one of these boxes counts as one. First box to be unpacked right here, live. You could probably guess what box I've chosen to unpack. The coffee machine!
It actually makes me feel really emotional to be reunited with my furniture. Like, obviously, like, really excited to be reunited with everything, but I never in a million years thought that I would actually be like emotional at the sight of a freaking bench. I don't know why I feel so teary about it, but I just can't believe this day's here. This was the day that I just think I've been counting down to for so long, but also like it just never really felt real that this was actually gonna happen. Like when we first started to think about moving to America and realities of it, and you know, like packing up a 4-bed house back in the UK when we sold it, and like not really having a clue where we would be when we saw it all again. Because you know, this is stuff is here, like my mum's belongings, kids stuff, like, you know, precious bits that I've kept from like Saint being a newborn and stuff. It feels like 5 years ago, but it also feels like yesterday that I packed this all up into boxes. It's been sat in a storage unit for February, March, April, May, 8 months. 9 months, because it's June. 9 months, a whole freaking pregnancy's worth. And now it's finally entering the doors in our home in Houston, Texas, in America. Tell me why that just feels so surreal to me. I can't believe it. I've been busy this morning. I've been doing a few work bits and I've had therapy and stuff like that. Just kind of like turned around and everything was in the house. Like Connor and these guys are like lifting heavy furniture and I'm like, oh my god, I just feel like I need to make myself a cup of tea, get myself a freaking snack and get to work, to be honest, babe. But the sooner we sort this out, the sooner it's gonna feel like home. And I know that the longer we don't sort it out, it's just gonna feel like a mess, you know? Like this whole thing is reminding me we've actually moved house. Like I was kind of getting used to this house just being, yes, just a bit bare really, because we haven't bought anything. We've bought a sofa and a bed. But yeah, I'm such a homely girl and I'm like so excited just to have all of my stuff back, like all of this, my biscuit jar, all of my mugs, like, oh my goodness me. Oh my god, my Christmas decorations, guys. They're my little like elf houses. My mum's old VHS recorder is in here with like loads of tapes from my childhood. Like it just feels so special. Office stuff. I'm so excited to finally have an office again. My bookshelf. Missed you, babe.
It's a cot. There's no point unpacking it, is there? We'll just put it in the garage.
I don't know what to do. I'm gonna label myself as pretty useless in situations like this, guys. I can't even lie. Like I'm so unhelpful in situations like this. I will just like stand around and like gawk at everything. Wow, there's a lot of stuff to do, and then I will like open one box and like take 5 hours deciding where to put everything. And yeah, I can't even hate myself for it. Like I just am who I am. Do you know what I mean? Like I just am pretty rubbish when it comes to packing. Good evening, everybody. I look like I've had a long day, don't I, today? Oh, it's because I am. Okay, it is 9:20 in the evening. And this is state of the progress. We are actually doing a really good job, to be fair. I just feel like I'm stood here in a bit of shock, to be honest, guys, because what's been our lovely, like, bare, clean home, I've really got used to the, like, having nothing in here, minimalist vibe. But all of a sudden, oh, we've got stuff. Over here we have rubbish or empty boxes. There are a few bits that broke in the move. Actually, I can't remember what box they're in. Oh, it's this one. Nothing of importance, thank goodness. Nothing that holds any sentimental value. It was just like a vase or two. We are keeping all of these boxes for when we next move, because obviously we are probably planning on moving when our lease here is up to a different state, and we just want to keep our options open as much as we love this home, and we are only just unpacking all of our stuff. Definitely part of the plan while we are living in America, or as much of it as possible. So we're never going to call this our forever home, as much as we love it, and as much as I don't want to think about moving out, just as we are really moving in. Anyway, we've got a few bits and pieces out here. Playroom area is where we are holding everything. Got loads of the kids' books out, so that'll be fun in the morning. Study. This box is full of candles, and it was such a treat when I opened it, because straight away I was like, oh my god, something smells really good in here, like what is it? And then I realised I have loads of White Company fireside stuff in here. Also had an old Angel Collection by the fireplace candle in here. I have got all of my beautiful coffee books. I just can't even believe like the difference of a vibe and like of an atmosphere your stuff really makes. Like it I can't really explain like how yeah, like I know. I didn't realise how much of a tie I really had. I really did not think that this stuff would make all that much of a difference, but like it's really like my emotions have settled in check since I've like started to see different bits. Thing that is like a big gutted about that is this mirror that broke through the move. I don't know if you guys can see the big crack that is down there, which is, it's fine, like it is what it is. I'm actually just more worried about the spiritual bad luck that is going to be bringing into this house. So I actually want Connor to remove it from the premises ASAP. Abby and Hector are being very helpful. Something's happened here. Loads of this tissue paper is like dyed black and it smells nice. I think it must be from an oil from a candle or something. Oh, not the Joe Malone.
It's a candle. Oh, so it's just melted in the heat.
Yeah, it melted. Oh, not the Joe Malone. Do you reckon if I light it, it'll like sort itself back out? Bubby, you just saying that.
No, we'll just put it in the heat, in the sun.
Oh, good idea, and it'll level itself back out.
And he said, get while the getting is good. There's no reason not to. I really think you should. Just get while the getting is good. This is now or never. I hope it's understood. So get while the getting is good. When we were done cutting the record, the first single was a go. And before I knew what was going on, it was on the radio.
This is why it's so special. But I've never seen this ever in my life.
You never seen that?
This is why it's so special to just keep stuff. Because I knew that was my dad's handwriting and it said mummy on it. And I was like, I've never seen that. And it was unopened. And inside is a card he wrote to my mum, like from me and Katie for Mother's Day, with a picture of my parents together that I've never seen before.
Let me see that, Gigi.
My dad, so funny. Picture of me as a baby. You can see a bit of Romeo there, to be fair. And then this is obviously where they were, because this was a postcard from somewhere in Scotland, the Carnegie Club, and the card is from Scotland too.
Is that on the way to? Is that when they went to Lake District on the way?
I don't know.
It was unopened, was it? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Where's that even come from?
I've got no idea.
Where did you find it?
In that box that's called photo albums, so it must have just been like in a photo album and fell out. But I've like hardly even really opened the box. Don't you think it's just really crazy to think that like one day like Saint could be finding that of our, and it's like a picture of us.
It's the cards that we write to each other for Mother's Day.
Yeah.
That's exactly when
No.
it's really big.
It's just so like worth keeping. And like, oh my god. Like imagine if this is the picture that Saint finds. Like when was that? When did we even, that must have been like, yeah, but like when did we frame that? That must have literally been when we first got together. Did Katie do it for us, did she?
And a star. Relationship memorabilia.
Good morning everybody, it is day 3 of having all of our stuff. We didn't vlog much yesterday because it was just like chaotic actually. 2 most important people of the vlog want to make their appearance. Here you go Herbie, it's your 5 minutes of fame. Use your voice. What do you want to say? I know I sound like a broken record during this video probably, but like I really can't explain how it feels to have all of our stuff here. Just every time I glance around the corner and like see something that I haven't seen in so long, because obviously I was excited to get it all here, but also like even when we were still in the UK, all of this stuff was like still in storage, and so just like being able to have it here and have it out, it really just feels like such a luxury. I think I've really realised since it's arrived how many memories for me all of these pieces hold. Like this, for example. So Connor was, I'm sure lots of you guys probably know already what that's all about, but the day that everything arrived, Connor was just like taking everything out of boxes and just like putting it in places. I'd been upstairs putting Saint to bed and it was a really, really gorgeous evening. Like the sun was setting. It was so golden and just like a really, really beautiful evening. Anyway, I just finished putting Saint to bed, and like part of my bedtime routine with Saint at the moment is I just sit in his room and read my book on his chair while he falls asleep. And I just finished my current book that I'm reading, which was a Court of Wings and Ruin, which is the 3rd book in the ACOTAR series, and it was just like a really emotional like era in the book, and it was just a big deal, and so I was like crying at my book anyway. I can't believe I've just said that. So I was feeling emotional anyway, and then I was walking down the stairs like this, coming down from Saint's room, and I remember I stopped like here and I just looked up and the heart monument was staring right at me. And if you guys have been around for a few years, you might know that that heart piece of decor was something that my mum actually gave me when we had just been to the hospital appointment and found out that she then had grade 4 cancer, because it had always been grade 3 up until that stage. And then at that hospital appointment we found out that the scan results had the biopsy results had shown that through the surgery that she had, it was now a grade 4, and there were like palliative care nurses in the room, and it was just obviously like a really, I'm gonna cry again, just obviously like a really like, I felt like the world was swallowing me up, honestly. And my mum just never really like discussed her cancer ever. I think I've been quite open and honest about that whenever I've spoken about her journey. She never spoke about her cancer. It was something considered like really taboo in our household because her attitude towards it was just that she didn't want to face that. Obviously when we found out it was a grade 4, I remember just feeling like I sat in this appointment in the hospital and just feeling like can't even talk to her about it, you know? Like if it was me with my children, and they were sat in that hospital appointment with me, I'd like to think that like my first instinct obviously would be like, oh my God, my kids. But because of just the way that my mum was and the way that she dealt with things, straight away my mind kind of went to like, oh my God, okay, how can I protect my mum through this news? And I just really wasn't expecting any kind of like, I don't know. Anyway, after that appointment, we went and both sat in my car, and I was like, what do you want to do now? She was like, I just want to go shopping. So we went to Home Sense, which was literally just down the road from the hospital, and we walked in and we saw that heart. And she was like, I'm going to buy that for you. And it was just like one of the first, I can't believe I'm stood like, I can't believe this is turned emotional. It was one of the first like times in that entire part of my life, one of the first and one of the only times that she had ever kind of like acknowledged that I was gonna like almost like continue having a life after she had gone, and she was like facing the reality in that moment that she was gonna die. And she literally was like, I'm gonna buy that so you can always remember me. And I just think like after coming down the stairs, and then like the sun was just shining on it so brightly, and it looked like really golden and just like gorgeous in the sunset time of day. It was almost just like a feeling of like, she's here with me, she's here too, you know? And that she was just like proud of me. I don't know. I just think like, what are the chances? Like Connor obviously knows the story all about that, and like he knows everything and more, but I just think like, what are the chances of him just like putting it right there? And then I came down the stairs and I was in a really emotional mood anyway, and I was just feeling like almost like pieces of myself were put back together through having this furniture here in our new home in America. I guess just like coming down the stairs and just seeing that as the first thing I saw, it was just like, it was honestly like I was looking at her for a minute. It was like she was stood there next to it for a minute, and just emotional. And so like, you know, it's just stuff like that obviously it cost us a lot of money to get things shipped over, but it's just kind of like stuff like that just makes everything like priceless. So yeah, I'm just really happy to be like back with things like that, you know. Anyway, so I thought I could give you a little bit of an update, because we did actually manage to get quite far with unpacking. All of the boxes are gone now, so it's literally just like a few bits and pieces, like this one, what's even in there, lots and stuff. But yeah, like all of these boxes are gone and broken down and in the garage, and this is what our current entryway is looking like. So we're still figuring out the layout of everything. I'm okay now. You guys, these really are like my emotional support animals. But yeah, we're still trying to figure out where everything is supposed to go, like all of these like big pieces of furniture. Connor just put one of the white sideboards there, and I actually do really like it, but I never envisioned like having a piece of furniture there. But I feel like now that that's there, it's going to feel quite empty if we move it out. And I also always envisioned for this space like a long wooden bench with a big mirror above here. And I think if we be staying here for longer than until next spring, you know, this was like our house that we bought and we could like really see ourselves being here for a long time, I'd probably make the investment to buy some furniture that would like suit this house, because I feel like as much as I love my furniture that I have and it's all very much to my taste, there are certain pieces of it that I'm kind of like struggling to figure out where to go, because obviously I'm like so into this kind of vibe now, like kind of like wooden farmhouse rustic vibe almost, but the house is like white and black and the wood is dark, and I think the white of the sideboard here like goes really nicely with the rest of the kind of theme, rather than like a rusticy looking bench. But I wouldn't have put that there, do you know what I mean? And I also can't put the two together because I don't know if you guys can see, but like if I was to put the other one here, like this big gap in between them where like the two pillars would like meet and clash together, and so then that wouldn't look right either. So at the moment we're just going for this one here and one there, and I'm honestly like I'm not really mad about it. Like it's not like my favorite look having them like separate. I think, yeah, like I said, like if this was really our house and we were going to be here for a long time and we could see us being in Texas for ages and ages and ages, then I would probably a bit more of an effort into styling the home how I would actually like it. But anyway, so then we're trying to figure out the mirror to go on top. We had these mirrors here to go on top of them in our home in the UK, and it looked amazing and worked really well again when we were living in the UK, because they were either side of a TV and a fireplace, and I like literally bought them years ago when we moved into that house to like make the measurements fit perfectly either side of the fireplace and the TV. Kind of just seems like too small to put on there now compared to the rest of the wall, and I want to get like nice family pictures and stuff up on here anyway, but it's just not really the vibe that I want to have at the front door. And I don't know, this is all like really first world problems about deciding what mirror I want to put at the entrance, but it's been my life over the last couple of days, and I'm like, okay, how are we going to do things around here? Kids' playroom, I mean, it's not really looking particularly aesthetic. Obviously the kids have been in here this morning, so I need to give it a bit of a tidy up, but here's where we are with that. We're going to put a TV up here, and again like a few pictures and stuff, and then this floor cushion in the UK from H&M. I don't know if you guys remember our old playroom, but we had like a little reading nook, and we literally just had floor cushions underneath these bookshelves that Connor had set up on the wall. And when I saw that floor cushion, I was like, that's actually kind of perfect, because I don't really want to spend loads of money like buying a new big couch in this area, and I also kind of feel like they don't really need a couch in this area. So I think I'm just actually really happy with that. I might get another one and put it over there on that side of the wall, and then maybe like a couple of bean bags, and then I feel like that's just kind of perfect for the kids area, to be honest. But yeah, when we put it together I was like, oh, okay, like I'm glad it's all tidy, but like it's not particularly, just not really serving the aesthetic vibe. Connor was like, Ellie, it is a kid's playroom. Toys are meant to be out. It's not meant to be like an aesthetic area. And I was like, do you know what? You're right. That's actually the reality check I needed. And then my study is definitely coming together. This is my plan of action today. Just gonna get all of the decor pieces out and get settled. And I'm really excited to finally have somewhere to like properly work again and to have my computer out again, because editing and like doing things on my laptop, which has literally no storage space, has been another real first world problem. Then what other updates have I got for you? This is where all the boxes have gone in here. I was like, yeah, all the boxes are away. Well, they're not. They're just actually in our room. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, look at that timeline. From what, a 20-minute run?
25 minutes.
Oh, comes in from a run and then off he goes to make his pancakes. You know, one thing I actually have been so happy to be reunited with? My beloved 20-year-old recipe book that was...
I'm getting good at pancakes, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm pretty much an American citizen at this point.
You know what this has in it, guys? My cookie recipe. Also has an Oreo cheesecake recipe.
You need to make that for my birthday.
I do need to make that. Excuse me, your birthday's been and gone,
you
darling.
Make it today.
Mini egg cookie bars. This is the real me coming back to life, guys. I could have sworn my grandma wrote an ice cream recipe in here too. I also have my Grandy's cookbook. So when did my granny give this to us? It wasn't the last Christmas, it was Christmas before. Here it is.
She is.
To all of my wonderful family, writing this reminded me of many happy meals we spent together, bringing back very fond memories. I hope you enjoy these recipes throughout the many years to come. Grandy. My Grandy is a fabulous cook. Anyway, yeah, she did all of her like famous recipes that we all absolutely love and put them in a cookbook. Ah, look, there's us. Anyway, she had meatloaf recipes.
I've still never had
Grandy's famous quiche. Look, there we are. Another lovely pick of the farm. Her barbecue sauce recipe. I shouldn't be filming this. I'm giving away Grandy's famous recipes for free. I just think, like, what an iconic Christmas present. Like, this is just... Maybe this will be me in 50 years with my mini egg cookie ball recipe and my cookie recipe and my cheesecake recipe for our kids, and that'll be it. That'll be the recipe book. Christmas mugs I'm so happy to be reunited with. This is the Christmas part, needs to go back in storage at the moment. Got all of the kids' Christmas books over here. I'm gonna go and start styling my office finally, because that's something I've just been so excited to do. So there actually are shelves, like big white shelves that go across like that, but I actually really like them just open, and then I can have like big vases with flowers. I just think that's the vibe.
We have decided to have a little break from unpacking and organising the house and doing all the fun stuff, and we've decided to come to a little restaurant called BB Italia, which is in a lovely little spot in Houston called... What's this place called? No, I know it's Sugarland, Ellie, but is this like City Walk? I see a sign. I see a sign saying City Walk. Ellie, I see a sign saying City Walk.
Plays a bit of
it's not my fault.
Connor literally calls it like Universal and like Disneyland and City Walk.
It's in Sugarland. It's near the big mall in Sugarland.
They've got a great green area.
They got a lovely little green. They got loads of restaurants and shops around here. It's actually a bit of a vibe. And an Italian is perfect for my carb loading, because I'm not sure if Eddie's told you how proud she is what I'm doing this weekend, but I'm actually running the Houston Half Marathon. So that's tomorrow. So today is my lucky day, and I get to eat carbs all day.
Oh, perked up now that you've not.
I'm not. Ellie, have you not seen me? I'm like this.
Connor claims. Connor is claiming to have vertigo from a mosquito bite. You should have seen him before we came out. I literally had to drag him out of the house. He was led on the floor in the playroom.
I honestly, it was like, you know when you lie on your bed after night out and your room is spinning, that's what it was literally like.
I was like, I'll try and drive, but I can't even walk straight because I can't.
Right, come on, I need to carb up, let's go.
But as soon as
and I've got a huge bite on, and I pulled my muscle the other... Come on, I deserve this.
Yeah, but you know what he said to me yesterday, guys? He was like, it'll be actually a really good thing if I do manage to do this marathon, because I've just got so much wrong with me at the moment. I was like, oh, so are you actually just not going to do it then? He was like, oh no, I'll do it. I'm just doing it for...
Of course I'll do it.
Bit of a... What did you say? Tension. Bit of tension.
Yeah, you got to build a storyline, Ellie. You know, I'm a bit poorly, I've got a bad leg. I'm building up the storyline. Live drifting. You in?
That'll be fine, yeah, it's alright. We don't ever put it around him anyway.
Bread. Oh, looks good. Wow, guys. Look at how delicious all of this food looks. I went for lasagna. We've got some crispy potatoes, some garlic knots, some truffle... What did you go for? Mushroom truffle pasta for cod.
Chicken.
Saint's just got chicken nuggets and Romeo's got pasta and they're gonna like split it and share it, but... Wow, this looks amazing. Connor and I said this would be a really nice restaurant to come to for a date night. Like, it is such a beautiful place, and there was so much on the menu. Like, genuinely, I was so torn. I hope this lasagna ends up being good. It does look gorgeous. Guys, this place is so good.
Let me taste it.
We've actually ordered some dessert.
Make sure it's not poisonous.
You two are so twins. And me and Saint is always match as an accident too, but so do you guys. Is that yummy?
That's some good strawberry.
Romo's mind's blown. Oh yeah. The food was just so nice.
I want to say that maybe the best Italian I've ever had.
100%. I can't think of a nicer Italian that we've had.
And not even the quality of food, but also how good the menu is as well.
But also how good they are with kids.
And how good the food actually is.
Yeah. And that's something that I actually have been thinking about a lot since we've moved here. Like, we quite regularly will just take the kids out for lunch. And when we lived in England, that's just something we literally like. We would never just like go out to a nice Italian on a Saturday lunchtime with the kids, because like we just wouldn't. Do you know what I mean? But since being here,
we're much more inclined.
Yeah, like we just get out more. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this is all. Yeah. Like this is all we'll do today. Is probably just do this and then maybe pop to the shop to pick up a few groceries. But like, I just feel like we just have so much fun, you know. It's my first limoncello cake.
Oh yeah, how is it?
It's great.
What is limoncello?
Limoncello is just like lemon. It's like a sponge, yeah. Do you know what would work really well with this? Some white chocolate dipping sauce. I just pause my favourite Han. Why is she just my favourite? Love her so much. She just serves like edgy ABBA in 2024 and I'm so here for it. I loved her before Please 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 came out, but now I just feel like I actually am becoming like a fan, like an F, capital F fan. But on today's episode of I Can't Believe I Come and Talk on the Internet whilst looking like this, it is another new day. We are tackling the bedroom today. Oh, I don't know if I've introduced you to her, guys. We've got a new bed. I know I showed you guys on Instagram stories, but here she is in all her glory. So this was one. It's just really annoying when that happens. Of the few pieces, I think it's literally just this and the sofa and the dining table too, but we just got that off of Facebook Marketplace. This bed is like one of the only things that we've bought since we've been in America. I am just so in love with it. We got it from a store out here called High Fashion Home. Same place we got our sofa from too. And I'm just so obsessed with it. It is so beautiful. I'm just really excited now to get some like really nice like decorative cushions and throws to go on here. And then I'm also thinking if we get a nice little bit of art or like family pictures maybe to go above there. And then I'm thinking a big mirror to go here. We've popped one of our armchairs from the UK in this corner for the moment. Connor just like put it there, but I actually really like it there, to be fair. Might keep it there. Also, while we're on the topic of cozying up, BookTok told me, so this is number 4, BookTok told me, guys, that this was the worst one. Tell me why. I'm not gonna say it's like my favourite, because to be honest, it feels like, how do I explain? I feel like it should be referred to as like the Christmas special episode of a series. Like if you think of Friends and then you think of like a Christmas special episode in Friends, like you wouldn't say out of all of the episodes of Friends well, it might be, the Christmas episode might be your favourite episode ever in the entirety of Friends. But there's just something like really special and refreshing about it, because after the third book, which was very heavily like war focused and took a lot of attention for me to read, like I couldn't read it when I was tired because there were loads of like, I needed to really like stay on top of what I was reading and understand it. Not that it was hard to, I don't want to say that to like put anyone off. It wasn't like hard to understand. It was just like, I wanted to pay attention. Whereas this one is really just like a palate cleanser, just like very refreshing, very nice, just feels like very like sweet and kind of just like going about mundane everyday life, which is just fun compared to like preparing for a huge war. And it's focused around like a holiday season and it's just really, really nice. Anyway, so I've nearly finished it because it's a very small book, or compared to the others, it's a very small book. So I've only been reading it for a couple of days, but I've ordered the next one, which is the last one, off of Target, so that's going to be arriving today. And then I just don't know what I'm going to do with my life, because then I'll have finished the entire ACOTAR series. And that's a big deal because it's been years and years and years before since I've read through like an entire series. So if you guys have read ACOTAR, let me know what you went on to after. I know that the same author does. I think it's a series called Crescent City and then another one, House of something. But I need to figure out like what the best one is to go on to after that. Anyway, so that's my little BookTok gals, my little update. Love it. And anyone that tells you that this book is not good, don't believe them, because it's just been such a lovely like girly refresher almost. It's been really nice. Anyway, before I get too sidetracked, today I am tackling the bedroom, the boxes that have been put in here. We have everything in here to unpack, and then the dressing room. This is the day I've literally been like waiting for my entire life to finally have my clothes here to like bulk out the closet and make the dressing room like really my dressing room of dreams. But honestly, now that it's all here, I'm like, this is just going to take me 5 whole days. It's hard as well because loads of these clothes are obviously like thick. I don't know what's in here. I can't. Yeah, like do you see like thick winter jumpers? And I'm not gonna need that. I was speaking to someone else out here the other day, and they were like, it gets like chillier around Christmas time, but there's literally like 2 days that you're gonna need like a thick woolly jumper. So that's great. And I don't actually know how much like summer stuff I've got, so I guess I'm just gonna have to go through it all. But I'm really excited to be reunited with like the majority of my stuff again, you know. I really do feel like I've just been living in this jumper and this gown and this jumper are the ones that I've been living in. If you see a switch up in my identity, I'm not having a crisis, I've just got my clothes back and she's just exploring, you know. And over here we've got, I think these are all like the kids, all the baby clothes, so I need to go through them as well. It'll be nice because it'll be like Romeo will have like a brand new wardrobe again. Stuff that I saved from Saint when he was Romeo's age. Perks of having pregnancies at like essentially the same time of the year. Romeo's a May baby and Saint is a July baby, but because Romeo is a bit bigger, he like literally fits in like everything that I had for Saint. So obviously like he was able to wear all of Saint's like 6 to 12 month winter stuff because he was exactly that size. Oh my god, this dressing gown. Oh my god, I've literally missed this dressing gown so much. Guys, I don't know who I think I'm kidding. My identity is just always going to be in my dressing gowns, you know? I'm going to put my Sabrina gown back on and start sorting some of this out before I just chat away to you guys for far too long as per usual. Rewind it from the start, babe. My school report from when I was in year 8, guys. March 2009. Look at these grades. They're literally target grade A star. Every single, I won't bother going for every single one. A star for almost every single subject apart from, guess what one? PE. PE was a B. But every other one was A star, and I just don't remember being an A star student, to be honest with you. Pulled it out of this massive bag, which has just like loads of memorabilia stuff in it. My school yearbook. It's so strange when you look back at like pictures from school and you really realise just how young you are. Do you know when you're in like year 11 and you just think you're so old, like you're so grown up? But I look back at these pictures and I'm like, oh my god, like we were all so young. Life just actually goes too fast. Like, this is a newsletter from 2007 and I just can't believe like here I am unpacking my home on the other side of the world. I've got 2 children. I remember looking at like my mum's stuff like this from like the 70s and 80s and just thinking like, oh my god, that's literally ancient. Honestly, if you ever came into my house and like looked through the garage, so much of it would just be like just such random stuff from like my childhood. Oh, I remember this.
Okay.
A chocolate project.
That's your academic right there, honey.
How long does it take for different types of chocolate to melt? Oh, wow, Ellie. This is actually a really good project because this takes you far in life because you melt chocolate to have with strawberries and grapes even into your adulthood. Variables, the candle, the bowl, the stopwatch, the stand, independent variable type of chocolate. Ah, conclusion. Oh, Con, like, imagine this being Saint. Does that not just make you a bit, like... Imagine Saint sticking all of these little, like, making this. That'll make you just, like, a bit emotional. Conclusion, and then here's its little handwriting conclusion. Green and blacks and buttons were the hardest to melt, and instead of melting, they burnt. This was a solo speech I did for under 12s for Lambda, which is drama. Ellie Darby's scholarship piece. If found, please return by the 19th of January or before, please.
Is that what you wrote?
Yeah. All this talk about junk food, well, let's get one thing straight. I like junk food, crisps, chips, beef burgers, what's wrong with them? And white bread, but why can't I have sliced white bread from the supermarket? It's all food, isn't it? But no, Mum's into high fibre diets, it's enough to kill you. Wholemeal bread, great big chunks of it, yuck. And no one's allowed butter anymore, that's supposed to be a real killer.
I remember that. I can imagine that being your, like, still on stage being, yuck, no one's allowed butter anymore, that's the real killer. I just like beef burgers, what's wrong with that? Do you know what I mean? I can literally imagine that on a drama stage. Yuck, I like beef burgers, what's wrong with that?
Cool hat, everyone. I know we all know how iconic this hat is.
Yeah, how much does it cost?
Like £15 from ASOS. That's not Luella, babe.
Where is that?
Where is Luella? Where is Luella? No, guys, we're actually concerned, aren't we, Con? Because tell them what's missing.
My PlayStation.
So...
I'm going to be calling up the shipment company saying, excuse me, you've stolen a PlayStation and
Luella.
a hat. Where's Luella?
Go on, Con.
Because she doesn't fit in the box. She's actually gone. You have like 3 boxes in the garage that I haven't opened because they're labelled like
Well, you
Christmas.
better hope that the PS5 and Luella are in there then. You better keep everything crossed. So, who did Saint say you had on your top today?
Mummy T-Rex. Apologies for all the grubbiness on my t-shirt.
Oh yeah, you're just such a bloke, aren't you?
Well, it's not because of me, it's because of my 2 children. Romeo snuzzles his dirty mouth into me after breakfast.
You've got...
This is the definition of like height of me.
Pick me up.
Yeah.
Look at how many dribble stains you've got on your either shoulder. That's literally Romeo, like, dad life. Okay guys, we're just coming on to finish the vlog. No, it is a long one.
It's been a long couple of days. So.
It has, and I wish that we had some kind of like, it'd be really nice to have like a finished update
Yeah,
for
like,
them.
oh my god, it's done.
To like finish the vlog,
But it's not done.
It's just not done, and I really thought that this would just be like, oh, you know, it's only just like a few bits and bobs, like we'll get that. It is literally the furniture of a 4-bed house, and just takes, if you guys have moved house, especially if you have children, 2 young children, you will know it takes so much energy and so much effort, and like really it's just been a case of getting things sorted when we can, and taking it almost like room by room. I feel like we have done really well, but this, I can just tell, like the house in general, like being a finished product, it's not going to happen for another couple of weeks.
That's why we're in the corner over here.
Yeah, because
it's a little bit
just
messy still,
but
but
it's
I feel
not
like we've
messy.
done a pretty good job, Elle.
Like,
Come on.
There's just loads of stuff around there that like...
It's just like on all the side tables, there's just loads
We need
of
to figure out
ornaments.
where they're going to go, and then like...
Buy a few more stuff.
Yeah, you know. So it's just one of those things that I really wish that we had like a really cool big update for you that's like, oh my god, the house is finished, but it's just not.
Give us a few more weeks and we'll be there.
Yeah.
I tell you what, that'd be a cool place to put the bench.
That's a good idea. Just a little...
Just came to me.
Come, that's a really...
You
Go
like
and
that?
get it.
Come on.
Go on. Oh, hecky. Go on, that's such a good idea.
Thank you.
I can't believe I didn't think of that. Yeah, perfect. That's literally a perfect spot. Morning cup of tea, Herbie, Dad.
Herbie, you can't. Oh, Mum. So he just wants to watch the swans in the lake.
Okay then, Herb, can you finish off the vlog for everyone? Say thank you for watching.
Sign us out. Love you. Goodbye. Oh.
Ah, that's nice. We love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the
The
next
next one.
vlog. Bye,
Love
guys.
ya.